That's fun. Hey, Laverne, can I give you a call a little bit later? Is there a good time to call you? I need some information.
Yes, you can actually call me anytime after we're done this morning. I'll be at my desk.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you for participating in ABRA's roll call hearings via the WebEx platform provided by the DC Office of Open Government. My name is Laverne Fletcher. It looks like we're live streaming to YouTube now, and so we can get started. There are 4 cases on the calendar today. The first case is the Springs. This is case number 22PRO00037, the Springs LLC, 1315 I Street Northwest, license number ABRA 120472. This is a retailer class CT new application. My name is Laverne Fletcher, conducting the roll call hearing as the board's agent. Is anyone present on behalf of the Springs?
Yes, Sidon Johannes here on behalf of the Springs, and that's SIDONYOHANNES.
Thank you, Ms. Johannes. Is anyone present on behalf of ANC 2F?
Hi, Ms. Fletcher. I am present. My name is Shereen Joseph, Chair of ANC2F. That's SHERENE. Last name is Joseph, JOSEPH.
Thank you, Ms. Joseph. ANC 2F does have standing as a protestant. The protest issues in this matter are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet, and residential parking, and vehicular and pedestrian safety. We need to set a date for mediation, the status hearing, and the protest hearing. I'll give you the dates for the status and protest hearing first. The status hearing is set for July 13, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. That's July 13. The protest hearing is set for August 10, 2022 at 1:30. I will give you the next date available for mediation. The next available day for mediation is Wednesday, June 22nd, anytime between 10 and 1:30. That's the next available day. Is that good
I'm not available on that day.
What about Thursday, June 23?
I can be available after 12:30, after 12:30, if that works for ANC2F.
What about you, Ms. Joseph?
So on the 23rd, I can only be available after 3:45 p.m.
So let's move to the following week. What about Tuesday, June 28th?
That will not work for me.
Okay, what about Wednesday, June 29th?
I can do between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on the 29th.
What about you, Ms. Johannes?
I could tentatively set something for the 29th. I have a potential protest hearing that I think will be resolved.
Well, let's move to the 30th.
Okay.
What about Thursday, June 30, anytime between 9 and 1:30?
That works for me.
What about you, Ms. Joseph?
Could we do Can we do 12?
Yes, that's good on this end. What about you, Ms. Johannes?
That works.
Thank you.
Mediation is scheduled for Thursday, June 30 at 12 o'clock noon, and I will send you the WebEx invitation to attend.
Great.
Thank you very much. The roll call hearing in the matter of the Springs is concluded. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The next case on the calendar is Red Light, case number 22PRO00039, Bar de Bari, LLC, 1401 R Street Northwest, license number ABRA 090488. This is a retailer class CR, excuse me, license renewal. The protest issues are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet and real property values. The protest issues are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet, which is what I stated already. My name is Laverne Fletcher, conducting the roll call hearing as the board's agent. Is anyone present on behalf of Red Light?
Yes. Aaron Gordon, owner.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gordon, would you please spell your name for the record?
AARON GORDON.
Is anyone present on behalf of ANC 2F?
Yes, I am present. Shireen Joseph, Chair of ANC2F. First name is Shireen, SHERENE. Last name is Joseph, JOSEPH.
Thank you, Ms. Joseph. Is anyone present on behalf of the group of five?
Yes, we have three of us. One more is joining. I'm Stephen Fisher.
Thank you. Mr. Fisher, would you spell your name for the record, please?
Sure. STEVENFISHER.
And there are other individuals from your group present today?
Yes.
They could state their names and spell them for the record, please.
Hello, I'm Mylene Remigio, Mylene. Last name Remigio.
What's the last name again?
Remigio. Remigio.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth O'Hattie, ELIZAVETH OHADI.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna get that last name again. Hold on a minute. Oh, hold on just 1 second. So Elizabeth is the first name, and the last name is spelled, did you say O-H?
OHADI.
Oh, that's it?
Yes.
I don't know why I thought you said more. Thank you. Anyone else?
We had one more who's, I believe, is trying to join. I think she's having trouble with the login.
Yeah, well, if she joins, Mr. Fisher, we'll just include her.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. ANC2F has standing as a protestant. The group of five has standing as a protestant. Mr. Fisher, at this point, there are three individuals from your group present today, and so the group is granted conditional standing.
Okay.
The board needs to see at least 5 people in person in order to be granted full standing. If that fourth person shows up, then the board will only need to see one more person at the upcoming status hearing. Otherwise, if you could just have the other 2 people appear at the status hearing.
Great. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Hi, it's
Did somebody
Courtney
say?
Abrams. Sorry. Yes, I'm here. Apologies for being late. I went to the office.
No
She is our
problem.
fourth person.
Okay, thank you. And could you state your name and spell it for the record, please?
Yes, it's Courtney, Courtney. Last name Abrams, ABRAMS. And I live at the Aston, Unit 402.
Did you say AVRANS?
No, A as in apple, B as in boy, R as in Randy, A as in apple, M as in Mary, S as in Sam.
Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Fisher,
Yes,
there are 4 individuals present from your group today. So
that's right.
you'll only need to have 1 more person appear at the status hearing. Thank you. And I just want to note for the record, Mr. Fisher, that in the protest letter, you mentioned that you were filing your protest in various capacities. I just wanted to note for the record that you're being granted standing as a group of 5 individuals.
Okay, is there a way to have standing under the other ones? Or
The other one was the Aston Condominium Board,
yeah,
Condominium Association. Condominium associations do not have standing as protestants, which is the
got it.
reason that you're granted standing as a group of 5.
Great, thank you.
And just for the record, Aston is spelled ASTON. That's
That's
for the court
correct. Yeah.
reporter. Is that
Yep.
correct? Thank you. Okay, and so we have as protestants ANC 2F and a group of 5 granted conditional standing. We need to set a date for mediation, a status hearing, and a protest hearing. I will give you the dates for the status and protest hearing first. The status hearing is scheduled for July 20, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. for the status hearing. The protest hearing is set for August 31, 2022 at 1:30. I will give you the next available day for mediation. The next available day for mediation is Wednesday, June 22nd, anytime between 10 and 1:30. That would be next Wednesday, June 22nd, if everyone's available.
I can be available.
I can as well.
I can be available starting at noon.
Starting at noon, okay. All right, so
I'm available.
said that.
I'm
Is that
also
Ms.
available.
Abrams? Ms. Abrams, was that you?
Yes, it was me. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I see your number. So I don't see your name, but I thought I recalled that being your number. Thank you.
Yes, sorry, I'm in the car.
No problem at all.
I'm also available.
I wasn't looking at the screen. Who was that?
It was me.
Okay, that's okay. I see, Miss Marlene. Okay.
Elizabeth, are you available?
Yes, I can do that. That's fine.
Awesome.
Okay, and so all 4 of the members from the protestant group are going to appear on the 22nd. Mr. Gordon,
Yes.
you available on the 22nd also?
Yes, I am.
And Miss Joseph, you mentioned you're available afternoon.
Correct, starting at 12 p.m.
What about 1 o'clock on the 22nd? Does that
1
work for
o'clock is
you?
fine.
Works for me, Elizabeth O'Hattie.
Okay.
Ms. Fletcher, may our fifth person join as well?
Yes, Mr. Fisher is speaking. That's for the court reporter.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, the fifth person may
Okay.
join. Mr. Fisher, do me a favor. I don't know at this moment if I have the email addresses for all of the individuals in your group. You can either forward me all of their email addresses, or you may forward them the invitation that I sent, the WebEx invitation that I sent to you.
Great. You mean
Either
the
way
WebEx,
is fine.
is it going to be the same WebEx information on the 22nd at noon, at 1? Okay,
Yes.
okay. I'll do both. I'll make sure you have all our emails and
Okay. All right.
thank you, Ms. Fletcher.
You are very welcome. Let me see if there's anything else. Does anybody have any questions at all? Okay.
For the mediation on Wednesday, 1 o'clock, is that in person, on the phone, or here at WebEx?
WebEx.
WebEx.
Just like today, all proceedings are being held via WebEx for now. And that's Mr. Gordon speaking. So you'll receive a WebEx invitation, Mr. Gordon, to appear for mediation, the same as you did to appear for the roll call today.
Thank you very much.
Very welcome. Anything else? Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming, and the red light roll call hearing is concluded. See you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The next case on the calendar is Uncaged Mimosas. This is case number 20PRO00040. Uncaged Mimosas LLC, 300 Florida Avenue Northwest, license number ABRA 120889. This is the retailer class CT new application. The protest issues are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet, and residential parking and vehicular traffic. My name is Laverne Fletcher. Conducting the roll call hearing is the board's agent. Is anyone present on behalf of Uncaged Mimosas?
Yes, Sidon Johannes, present on behalf of the applicant, and that's SIDONYOHANNES.
Thank you. ANC 5E is a protestant, and I have been informed that the representative for ANC 5E actually came to the office in
Yes,
person.
I'm in a building. Can you hear me?
Miss Lewis, thank you. I was just about to grant you standing because I know you were here, but you're present now. Good morning.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm sorry. I was out of the country until yesterday, and we aren't able to get emails from out of the country unless you go through this whole process. So I came to the office this morning and found out that it was virtual, but I'm here.
Well, yes, you are. I saw you a minute ago.
Okay, there's
Sorry, Ms.
something
Fletcher,
going.
you seem to have frozen.
Yeah, the audio.
Thank you. And what did you say, Miss Lewis?
No, I was having difficulty with the audio.
I think we
Okay,
all
can-
didn't hear you.
Can you hear me okay
I
now?
don't know what happened to my. Yes, I don't know what happened to the video. I had the video, but now it's only in audio mode.
Oh, that's okay. I can hear you. I can see your name. So that's
Okay.
sufficient. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We also have Mr. Kupfer. Mr. Kupfer, are you present? Representing the Hart Wardman LLC.
Yeah,
I am. It's Jeff, Jeff, Kupfer, Kupfer. Thank you.
Mr. Kupfer, you represent the Hart Wardman LLC. I'm going to spell that for the record. Hart is spelled Hart. Wardman is spelled Wardman LLC. Hart Wardman LLC is the owner of 302 Florida Avenue and 304 Florida Avenue Northwest.
That is correct. I'm one of the managing members of that entity.
Thank you. And you filed the protest as an abutting property owner? I checked the DC Geographic Information System, and it does appear that 302 Florida Avenue abuts 300 Florida Avenue Northwest, which is the address of the licensee. And so standing is granted to the Hart Wardman LLC as an abutting property owner for that reason. I also checked the location of 304 Florida Avenue Northwest, and it appears that 304 Florida Avenue Northwest actually abuts 302. Is that correct, Mr. Kupfer?
That is correct.
Okay, and so 304 abuts 302, but not 300 Florida. And so those two buildings are not abutting, but because 302 abuts 300 Florida, you're granted standing as an abutting property owner, but 304 does not appear to abut. So do you have any comments you'd like to make about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's correct in terms of the geography or whatever. 302 and 304 are neighboring brownstones. They are in the process of being redeveloped into one condo development, of which there'll be one common entrance, and condo units will be in both of those previously existing properties. So it'll be one
At
building.
some point. Yes. Okay, well, the Hart Wardman LLC is granted standing as an abutting property owner because 302 abuts 300. So
thank you.
You have standing as an abutting property owner. You're welcome. And I also, just for the record, confirmed that Hart Wardman is the owner of 302 and 304 Florida Avenue Northwest, and I confirmed that through the DC Office of Planning website called Property Quest. Named Property Quest. And Property Quest is spelled property, the letter Quest. So we have ANC 5E as a protestant and Hartman Wardman LLC as a protestant, as an abutting property owner. I'll give you the dates for a status hearing and a protest hearing, and then we'll set a date for mediation. The status hearing is scheduled for July 13, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. It's July 13 at 10:30. The protest hearing is set for August 10, 2022 at 1:30. I'll give you the next available day for mediation.
I have an issue with the
Who's
protest.
speaking?
This is Carla Lewis on behalf of ANC 5E.
Yes.
I have an issue with the protest hearing date.
So what you can do, Ms. Lewis, beyond today, you may petition the ABC board through Martha Jenkins, our general counsel,
Yes.
to reschedule that with a copy of that request to Sadon Johannes.
Mhm.
Do you have her contact information?
I have Sidon's email address. I do.
Okay, yeah,
And,
so,
I have Martha Jenkins' information as well.
and if you would copy, also Mr. Kupfer?
Yes, and I have his information as well.
Okay, so that's what you would do, Ms. Lewis, make that request and copy the individuals I just named, send it to Martha Jenkins, and she'll review it and get back to you.
Okay,
Review your
I
request.
appreciate that.
I'll just say, Commissioner, if you want to contact me, I'm happy to talk to you about that.
Okay,
In terms
I
of
mean,
another
it
date.
it may not even be necessary. We are already talking, Ms. Fletcher, and we're hoping that we will come to some type of a settlement agreement.
Okay, that's great. That would be the ideal situation. I've made a note that you're gonna petition the board to change the protest hearing date just in case it doesn't work out.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So let me give you the next available day for mediation. Let's see, what about Ms. Johannes, in the previous case, did you say you're not available on June 29?
I may have, hold on, I'm sorry. Let me go back to the calendar. Here, 29th. Right, due to a potential protest hearing.
Can you excuse me one second? One of my coworkers is calling. There may be something I need to know.
Sure.
Hello? Yes. Yes. No. No. Okay. Oh. Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye. Sorry. So, Ms. Johannes, the 29th is a day that you're not available, right?
As of now, yes.
What about, and what did you say about June 28th, Ms. Johannes? Were you available on June 28th, or did I offer that day?
Yes, I'm available on the 28th.
Okay, Ms. Lewis, are you available on the 28th?
Yes, it looks like I'm available on the 28th.
Mr. Kupfer, what about you?
Looks like I'm available, though, maybe not in the morning, potentially. I'm not sure what time you're thinking about.
Well, we can do it at 1 in the afternoon if that would help, or 1:30.
That'd be preferable from my standpoint.
You have a preference for 1 or 1:30?
1:30 is probably safer, so that works for others.
I'm with
30
me.
work?
That's fine.
Mediation is set for Tuesday, June 28th at 1:30. Any questions from anyone?
None from the app.
No.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
I'll send out the
Thank
WebEx
you.
invitation. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Fletcher, I had a
Yes.
question about another case. It's not
Is that
on.
you? Is that you, Miss Lewis?
Yes, it is. Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's about ABRA 120698. And I believe that, I mean, we have a settlement agreement, which is maybe why that's the reason why they're not on the roll call for today.
Which,
that correct?
what's the trade name?
The trade name is Best One Liquor.
That's not on the calendar for today, so
Okay.
maybe that's the reason.
Yes. Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
it didn't make it to the calendar, so that could be the reason.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it, Miss Lewis?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well then I will see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Mhm.
The roll
Bye.
call hearing in the matter of uncaged mimosas is concluded. There is one more case on the calendar today. The trade name of the establishment is the Nixon Lounge. This is case number 22PRO00041. The Nixon at Watergate LLC, 2600 Virginia Avenue Northwest, license number ABRA 120877. This is a retailer class CR new application. The protest issues are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet, residential parking, and vehicular and pedestrian safety. My name is Laverne Fletcher, conducting the roll call hearing as the board's agent. Is anyone present on behalf of the applicant? Is anyone present on behalf of the Nixon Lounge? Is anyone present on behalf of ANC 2A?
Yes, Laverne, this is Donna Barbish, ANC 2A 04, DONNA, last name Barbish, B as in Bravo, ARBISCH.
Thank you, Donna. ANC 2A does have standing as a protestant. Is anyone present on behalf of the Watergate East Inc. Cooperative Housing Corporation?
Yes, there are two of us. My name is Lynn Schubert, Schubert. The Watergate is a cooperative, and I'm the president of the board of directors of the cooperative.
Ms. Schubert, Lynn is spelled Lynn?
Yes, correct.
And there's someone else present as well?
I'm James Nitschke. James is normally spelled. Nitschke, N as in Nancy, ITSCHKE.
Thank you, Mr. Nitschke. Is anyone present on behalf of the Nixon Lounge? Ms. Schubert and Mr. Nitschke, a cooperative housing corporation itself does not have standing as a protestant. I know from your protest that there are 240 residents in the cooperative. Those, at least 5 of those individuals would have needed to file a protest, but under our regulations, a cooperative corporation does not have standing to file a protest. And so the protest filed by the cooperative is dismissed as a protestant. You will have an opportunity to request that the board grant you standing as a protestant. There will be a board order issued to dismiss the protest for the reason I stated, and upon receipt of that order, you'll have 10 days to seek standing as a protestant in writing from the ABC board.
Ms. Fletcher,
Yeah.
what about the fact that the building abuts? We physically connect to that building where that lounge is going to be located. There is no way for an individual who does not own their unit to protest. They simply own a lease to the property. The cooperative itself actually owns the building and the units. The building does in fact connect on 4 different levels to 2600, which is the location of the Nixon Lounge. 2 of those levels being within 20 feet of the location.
That, and just to emphasize what Jim has said, as abutting property owners, we recognize a condominium association doesn't actually own the property, but the cooperative, we actually own that property. We own that wall that abuts.
Take a look at your protest letter. 1 second. And so in your protest letter, you list 2 addresses. You list 2500 Virginia Avenue and 2510.
That's correct.
So which building are you saying abuts?
2510.
They're actually connected. So 2510, it's one big kind of half circle.
Yeah.
And 2510 is the property that abuts physically, but it is physically connected all the way to 2500. So it's the same address, really.
And so I checked the DC Geographic Information System this morning, and I see what you're saying, Ms. Schubert. One of those buildings appears to be next to the Nixon Lounge, and the other one is sort of on the other side. It's around like a curve.
It's a curve. It's one building. It has 2 entrances. Therefore, it gets 2 addresses, but it's one big building that's connected in the middle. Like I could walk from this building all the way through to the Nixon Lounge.
And that's what I saw. And so you're saying the 2510 abuts for what reason?
It's actually physically connected.
The buildings
on 4 levels.
The buildings touch on 4 levels.
Yes, ma'am.
And is the cooperative the owner of 2510?
Yes, ma'am.
And 2510 Virginia Avenue abuts the establishment on, did you say 4 levels?
On 4 levels, yes, ma'am.
The cooperative is the owner of 2510?
Yes, ma'am.
And it does appear that the cooperative is an abutting property owner, and so that makes the difference. So a cooperative doesn't have standing, but as a property owner, then that changes things. And so I, based on what you've said this morning, I am granting standing to the cooperative as an abutting property owner. There's no one present on behalf of the Nixon Lounge, and so the application is actually dismissed because the applicant is not present. What that means is that an order will be issued dismissing the application because no one is present today. And you'll receive a copy, the protestants will receive a copy of the board order. If Nixon Lounge submits a request to reinstate the application, then you'll have a copy of that and you'll have a chance to respond to that also.
Thank you, Ms. Fletcher. Appreciate
You're
it.
very welcome. And so the protestants have been granted standing. The application is dismissed for the reason that I stated. And if the applicant is granted, if his application is reinstated, then I will contact you and we'll schedule the mediation and the case will get back on track and you'll get a status hearing, a protest hearing, and a mediation.
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Fletcher.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you,
Have a good
Laverne.
day.
I will
Have a
give
great
you a
day.
call
Give
probably
me a
in
call.
about an hour.
I'll be at my desk.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Thanks
Bye,
all.
everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Fletcher. Have a good day.
You're very welcome. You too.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.